Cheer. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. You know the vibes. Hey, we in here, kids. All right. There's going to be a very important live stream. This is the first time that you guys going to get to see the all-star team, the all-star interns. You know what I mean? We brought them from the trenches. You know what I mean? We took them out the spot. we got these savages. They ain't trying to play no games this year. They say, yo, let me get my bread. Let me get my money. Let me get into this game. I'm not trying to play no more games. Let's get it, Joe. Okay. Shout out to everybody that can make it. You know, we're actually missing one person. Okay. Wherever he's at, man, we love you. We care about you. You know, things happen. I know if you didn't get the memo, nobody sent you a notification. YouTube play you, right? I don't know what happened. The email didn't get to you. Your phone said, not tonight. We're not getting this notification. And you kind of missed out on this opportunity. And it's fine, okay? But maybe we'll bring you back in later on in the future. But it's fine. We still got 4 people in here live. So we're going to start with the first one. Start bringing them in one by one. In this corner, we got Starling. Hey, you already know it's your boy.
yeah, that's me, man.
Starling, let them know where you're from.
Oh, I'm from Dominican Republic, just like you, man. Just moved to the US like 4 years ago.
Okay, nice. Congrats, man.
We're trying to
welcome to the States. Dude's been here for 4 years. Like, where you from? I'm still from Dominican Republic. You've been here for 4 years. You're American now.
Nah, man. Dominican. Always Dominican. You know how it is.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. So we got Starling in here. We got Dave.
No.
We got David in here. What's good, bro?
Daniel.
Daniel, my fault, Daniel. I'm out here. I'm mixing up names. We got Daniel in here. My fault, Daniel. How's everything, man? Where you from? Let the people know.
Los Angeles.
LA. Compton in the house. You already know what he representing. You know what I mean? Shout out to Daniel. Welcome to the team, Daniel. All right. We got Alberto, Isaac. Isaac, you know, turn on your mic. You know, times is hard. There wasn't a webcam around. There wasn't the laptop didn't come with the camera. You know. What up, Alberto? Where you from? Alberto, can you hear me? 1, 2, 3, testing. 1, 2, 3. Turn on your mic, bro. We'll bring you right back in, kiddo. And we over here, Patricia. What up, Patricia? What's popping?
Hey.
So where you from, Patricia?
Right now I'm in Massachusetts.
Hey, Massachusetts, man. Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. So we got the squad right here, kids. There you go. Connect like Voltron. Damn. It's a nice team right now. It's looking nice. Shout out to everybody in here. Let's start giving some some shout outs. Okay, we got a couple of people in here. We got 5 down votes. Jazzy Smith got triggered. Jazzy triggered. Vandell, what up, Vandell? Michelle Williams. We got Alan Paris. We got who else is in here? Matthew. Okay, we got a couple of people. Patrick. We got Alex. Who else we got here? Oh, shoot, look at your boy. Who's that? CodingPhase. Oh man, that's a handsome boy. Okay, let me see who else is in here. Matthew, Eric Williams. Let's see. We're making a couple of people moderators from now on. Okay, if you want to be a moderator, like put the number 1. I'll make you moderator. You control the chat room. Okay. But yeah, man, we got a lot of people in here, man. We got a lot of people in here. Symbol, what up, bro? I haven't seen you in a long time, man. I see you everywhere else, but I haven't seen you around here for a minute. Where you been at, man? All right, cool. We're here, guys. I really appreciate it that you guys actually came down. This was like last minute. I said, you know what? Let's get it popping. Let's bring in the interns so they could introduce themselves real quick. And at the same time, you guys could get to know the team. Now you guys are set up. You guys set up Asana. You guys set up the private Discord. Okay. That's where you guys are going to be able to communicate with each other. All right. Now, the first thing that I want to come in and start with is, we're gonna go from in order, the same order that it is there. Start with Patricia. What are your strengths and weaknesses that you feel that you have right now, and what are you expecting to improve, right? In this whole internship experience that you're about to go through. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because out of today, we're going to choose one person to become the leader of the team, meaning that this person is going to be the one that is going to hound the other team members. Hey man, you got to get this work done. Hey man, how's the update on this? Hey, when do you feel you're going to finish this part? Because we need somebody, basically in every team, it doesn't matter what company you go to, there's always one person who takes that role of leadership to say, you know what, even if the project can be done by others, I'm going to take that responsibility on me to say, you know what, we got to get this done by a certain deadline, and we're going to get it done regardless. Okay. And at the same time, by you having strong leadership, you also bring other people to in to be able to work harder. Okay, so out of this whole experience, go ahead and start it off, Patricia. What do you feel like are your strengths and weaknesses? Like, what languages are you good? Like, what can you do? What can you bring to the table?
Yeah. I feel like I'm pretty comfortable with HTML, CSS, the basics. JavaScript too, not an expert, but I think I have it. I'm comfortable with it. As terms of weaknesses, I'd say in terms of like keeping my code organized, because sometimes while I'm coding, I get excited about, things are working, things are looking good, and then I just keep going and going, and I don't look at the code and how it's coming out. So I have to remind myself to slow down, go back to the code, comment things, add some comments here and there, keep things organized, etc. And I'm also looking forward to having the chance to work in a team, in a project, versus working by myself on solo projects. So that's what I'm mostly looking forward to.
Nice, perfect. Alberto, you got your mic up. Turn your mic on.
Yeah. So I think that I'm good at learning things like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I'm pretty good with it, I think. And the thing yeah, as Patricia said, I don't think I'm that good at working in a team because I never done it. But yeah, I think I could work and have good communication, because that's what I think that's what I'm lacking most.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, I think that's something that all of you guys is going to be able to get out of this whole experience is the fact that working in a team is a different dynamic. When you're working by yourself, it's like, okay, cool, let me just knock my project out and do what I have to do, right? You take your sweet time. But when you're working in a team, it's like certain order, certain things are assigned to you. Okay, sometimes you might be waiting on somebody. So like, let's say I don't know, Patricia's doing the header and the footer, or it could be let's say a certain area of a component, and you might say, hey, I'm depending on that component to finish my job, right? So this is like little things that you can't really do on your own, right? Like you could go ahead and try to simulate it, but in reality, it's you by yourself, right? But now as a team, this is something that is going to be super beneficial for all of you guys in this experience. So let's go into Starling. ¿Qué lo que es Starling? Mike, turn on your mic, Starling.
My bad. I'm pretty good. So I feel confident with CSS, HTML, JavaScript, and React. And I'm here for that real world experience. Like that's what I'm missing. I've been coding for like 8 months just by myself. So I need to know like how everything works outside my house. I need to see like how the projects are structured and how you organize your code, write clean code. I'm here for all that.
Nice. So you're comfortable with HTML, CSS, JavaScript. How comfortable are you with JavaScript?
I mean, I've taken some really advanced courses with JavaScript, I would say. So I feel pretty good with it.
Okay.
And I've been coding a lot with React and using a lot of JavaScript.
Okay, cool, nice. Yeah. Let's go into Daniel.
Hey.
Hey, what up? So tell us, what are your strengths and weaknesses? What do you feel you're bringing into the team? What you're feeling like you're gonna get out of this? Let us know.
Yeah. Well, I know full stack, so that's one. My main weakness is just like working on a team, basically. Just one person does like one piece, another person does another piece, and we have to like sort of put it all together. That's one thing that I haven't really done. So, and that's what I hope to get out of this, is just working on a team and getting work experience. So
Nice. So when you say you're full stack, what stack do you focus on the most?
right now it's PHP and Laravel. And what else have I done? HTML, SAS, JavaScript, jQuery, React, Next, just basic stuff.
Okay, nice. All right, cool. So you guys are a good team. I mean, it seems like it's pretty diverse. Everybody has different skills, different levels. Now, how long each one of you guys have been coding? Can you guys tell us? Start with Patricia.
I actually got introduced to coding in high school. So my high school offered a couple of coding classes in Java and some other languages as well. So that's where I got started, but I didn't get into web development until recently. So I'm just getting into web development, like learning more about it.
Okay, nice. So, and right now, so that was in high school. So how long high school? Give us a time frame. I'm trying to like put all these pieces, to understand every single one of you guys, to see where you guys are at right now.
Yeah, high school around like 5 years.
Okay, cool. So Alberto, how about you, man?
I was introduced to coding because of Python, but then I was trying to do some things with it, and I don't know, I didn't know what to do, and then I just jumped to CSS, HTML, and started making some web pages, and I think I'm about a year into it, and then that's when I started to learn some JavaScript, and 6 months maybe with JavaScript, and yeah, that's me.
Okay, nice. How about you, Starling? Turn on your mic, bro.
Nah. So I went to college for 2 years for computer science, but I had to drop out because of my financial situation. You know how it is here for us. So I realized at that moment that I had to do it by myself then. If it wasn't school, it was going to be me. So I started learning like 8 months ago by myself.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, that's how you got to do it. If you can't let nothing stop you. Sometimes life puts a little bump in front of you. Hey, it's all right. We go over it or we go through the side. We make it happen no matter what. Okay, how about you, Daniel?
Yeah, I've been learning the full stack for about a year. So been coding since 2012-ish, on and off, but I didn't really get into web dev until your Shopify stuff came out. So, I just started jumping into that and learning from there.
Okay, nice. Definitely. So you have like 6, 7, 8 months around there where you've been going hard, or
Yeah, since like August, I guess, or
okay.
July. Yeah.
Nice. So how many of you guys have been focusing on Shopify out of everybody here?
A little bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. You know what I mean? So we got Patricia, Daniel, so far that have focused on Shopify, because a lot of the projects that we're gonna be building is gonna be e-commerce, right? Now, for some of you guys, you might think like that's watching this, right? You guys are here. You might say, well, Joe, what is this? Just e-commerce? This is all we're gonna do? Well, when you do e-commerce, you basically work on the full stack. It could be either just focusing on the front end, doing HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? Creating components that connect to different APIs, right? At the same time, you could go ahead and create custom-made plugins, applications. So in this whole internship, we're going to try to test them out and put them through the test of like, okay, we're going to start with the basics, HTML, CSS. From there, we're going to go in, build a Shopify theme. And then from the Shopify theme, we're going to go in and build a Shopify application. All right. So that's the whole goal, is going full circle. The goal of this is to make sure that these guys are using all of their skills and getting the experience that they need. Okay. This right here is going to really test them out, because they're going to use all of their skills that they have, and some skills that they're going to have to learn, which is the good part about this. All right. So again, for those of you guys that just came in, this is the internship. Okay. This is the internship program, right? This is what we're doing here live. Okay. Just in case everybody got into Asana, right? Everybody got in there, right? And took a look of what we're doing at Asana. All right. So the first project, let's just get into it. Let's not waste too much time. Okay. At the end of everything, I want you guys to decide. Okay. Because I feel right now, from what I'm hearing, I feel like between Patricia, Daniel, because they have more experience with, you know, the full stack, more experience with Shopify, I'm leaning more towards them for choosing a team or team leader. Now, of course, you guys, it's up to you. Some of you guys might say, Patricia might say, you know what, I don't want that responsibility. Danny might say, I don't want that responsibility, right? I might leave it to somebody, and Starling might just be the star to come in and say, you know what, give me that. I'll take it. You know what I mean? And that happens a lot of times, right? So sometimes you might have really talented developers, or even more experienced developers, that do not want that responsibility of being the one that has to take the leading role. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen right here, right? So let me see. Da-da-da. Okay. Share screen. Okay. Give me 1 second. Just want to make sure I don't have no chats popping up, no notifications popping up. So let me just make sure everything is closed. All right. And of course, we gotta close the Spotify. I can't let you guys see my playlist. You know, you know what I mean? Okay. So yeah. All right. So we good. We basically have everything in here. Okay. Let's share the screen. Start with this. Okay. So for those of you guys that don't know, this is Asana right here. Okay. Basically, this is a project management tool. There's a whole bunch of them out there. There's I think one called Monday. There's another one, Trello. Some people use Trello. Some people use Basecamp. There's a whole bunch of different ones. There's one from Atlassian, right? Depending on what team you go to, what type of structure the company might have, right? They're gonna use a certain type of project management tool. All right. So at the end of the day, what we want to do here is give you guys that introduction of like, hey, we have certain tasks, we have certain requirements for our project, and then at the same time, this is where you need to communicate with. Okay, whenever you need to talk like live, like a voice chat, or you need to talk into, like, let's say, leave a message, like a notification, like a text. Like, none of you guys have each other's phone numbers, right? But you have the application of Discord. So you could go ahead and mute all of the other notifications that you have for Discord, for other places if you want, and just leave our private Discord on. So when you see a message there, you get notified right away, and you see, okay, this is something that we want to let the whole team know. Okay, or I want to have a conversation with somebody here. Like, let's say Patricia is working on a page, and it's depending on starting to finish one section of it, or maybe something could happen, like overwrote each other's code, or something happened in the branch, whatever it is. Use Discord for the live chat, and then we're gonna use Asana to actually go in and keep track of all of your projects, okay, and all of the tasks that you have. Okay, so in here, the first thing that we're going to be building is a Fashion Nova clone. Now, the reason why we're building a Fashion Nova clone, because the layout of Fashion Nova is a layout that is being used by a lot of different type of people. Pretty much, social media influencers, people who are trying to sell products like clothing and things like that. So your first task is to look at Fashion Nova and then recreate it. Okay. Now, of course, at the end, we're going to also tweak this to change the layout. Okay. Because some people might say, well, aren't you just copying Fashion Nova and just pretty much, just copying what they're doing? And to be honest, yes and no, right? Because this is the same thing that happens throughout the whole industry, right? You don't go and create something from scratch unless you have already a brand, right? So what you want to do is you want to use things that's already proven to work, and then from there tweak it to go with whatever audience or client that you might want to have. So I'll give you guys an example. Why do you think that every hamburger menu is always on the right? When was the last time that you went into a page and you seen the hamburger menu, right? Let's go in, like, let's say to Excel, right? You're not gonna find it at the bottom left. You're not gonna find it at the bottom right. That's something that's an industry standard. Okay, so this is the same thing with a lot of e-commerce websites. Okay, you might find like a big jumbotron, right? A big hero piece talking about like a President's Day sale, 40% off, etc. Right? You might have a section here which is a timer, which shows when is the sale gonna finish. Okay, you might have here the different categories. You might have here on the left side the logo of the company. You might have a section icon here that could be for the search. All right, you'll see the different things over here, like the cart, which is as soon as you click right here, it's like they call it the shopping bag, but it's like a cart. Okay, so you have all of those things. All right, and you're always gonna find the same thing. I could go in and pull up 20 different themes and 20 different e-commerce websites that they all gonna look the same. Okay, you're gonna have that big section right here that promotes a collection. You're gonna have some sections here where it's gonna be like a 4-column layout, a 3-column layout, or a 2-column layout of, let's say, a certain collection. Like this could be the collection of jeans. Okay, you might see another section here, like another type of collection, like the summer line, right? This one could be the dresses collections. It could be a set of like maybe 4 columns or 3 columns. So pretty much, again, you're gonna see the same type of layouts because it works. Okay, there's a reason why they do the same thing. And sometimes you might find in e-commerce that you might find some companies that they do something completely different out of left field, right? But that's something that has to do with the brand. Now, for websites like this, all you really care about is laying out the products, showing it to the people, showing it to them, and giving them the options. And as they scroll, they get to see all of the different things. Same thing in here, like you might see at the bottom, a link or basically some type of components being pulled from like Shopify. So like the images from Shopify being pulled directly into the website, right? The same images, right? So this is going to be the same type of website that you're going to find no matter where you go. Okay, so we're going to go with Fashion Nova again because it's a very popular website, and at the same time we're going to how can I say this? We're going to brand it and market it as a Fashion Nova type theme. Okay, so when people come in and they say, oh, you know what, I would like to have a website like Fashion Nova, now when they search for that on Google, our theme is going to show up in there. Okay, so that's the whole goal for this project. Now, of course, I'm going to be working on other projects that I have for 87 Lux, but this is the first project that I'm going to give to you guys. Okay, so like that, you guys can get acquainted. You guys can go in and understand how to communicate with each other, how to use the tools to see what somebody's strong with, what somebody's weakness is, right? For example, like once we start building this, somebody might say, hey, I'll build a timer, right? somebody might say, you know what, I'm not that comfortable with JavaScript, and I don't really know how to use JavaScript's time library, for example, right? So then now you have an idea. You're like, maybe this guy is not that good with JavaScript, so maybe he needs some time. So then from there, Patricio or Daniel could come in and say, you know what, I think I got this. I could make this component here. Okay. Same thing with the Instagram post. Somebody might say, you know what, I'm gonna tackle this because I'm very comfortable with JavaScript, and I think I could build this section of the website, being able to pull the post from a Instagrammer. Okay. So again, this project right here is your first project. We're gonna start with HTML, CSS. Okay, there's not gonna be no JavaScript initially. All right, it's just the styling of the website. Okay, I'm gonna go into Asana and I'm gonna assign basically like different small tasks for each section. So if you guys looking here, we have requirements. Okay, as you can see, it says create a static site with Next.js. Okay, site needs to be organized, folder structure, technologies you must use, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Sass, BEM for the classes, use CSS variables, use GitHub, make the website responsive. Okay, export the files, deploy the website to Netlify, and I almost forgot about this. Use Bootstrap. Okay, use Bootstrap for this. Okay, I don't want you guys writing custom CSS unless you have to. Okay, like there's gonna be a lot of different sections that you're gonna have to go in and write custom CSS, but the point of this is to speed up your process. Okay, I don't want you guys going in there and be like, well, I'm gonna create my own grid layout, and every single one of you guys is gonna create your own different column layouts. Some guys gonna use Flexbox, some guys is gonna use CSS grid. I don't want you guys doing that. It's like, hey, you're using Bootstrap, you all gonna write the same type of code. So even if somebody leaves, somebody else could pick it up and they know exactly what was being done within the project. Now, of course, I'm gonna be part of this. Whatever help you guys might need, I'm gonna be on the Discord chat room. Anything that's happening on the Discord, I'm gonna be looking in there and answering questions, and I'm gonna say, hey guys, I don't think you guys should do it like this. Maybe do it a little bit better like this, right? Whatever it might be, right? But again, this is the things that I want you guys to use for this project: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Sass, BEM, Bootstrap, CSS variables, use GitHub. Again, I might come in here and add some more stuff like requirements as we go. Okay, know your client. Every single one of you guys should understand who is your client. Imagine this website is an e-commerce project for a social media influencer looking to sell their own merch. Okay, that's your client. That's who you're building this website for. All right, the next one is do research. Okay, what do I mean by this? Right, go online and literally try to find other Shopify websites or Shopify themes or e-commerce stores, right? I'm pretty sure you guys follow other YouTubers like, I don't know, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, whoever the hell you guys follow. Most of those guys have websites that they sell merch, okay? So you could go in there and see how people have tackled, the idea of creating an e-commerce store for a influencer, okay? So again, and why we're targeting the influencers, right? Because everybody's an influencer now. Everybody wants to sell a product. Everybody wants to be famous. Okay. This is easy money. You come in, you create the product that people want. Okay. Sometimes you might say, as developers, you might say, well, I would love to build, I don't know, a little project that connects to my Raspberry Pi, that connects to my PlayStation 5, that connects to my light. Okay, those projects are cool, and you get some, some nerdy points, and it's like, oh yeah, whoop-de-doo. Everybody could do that. But the truth is, we're in the game of creating products for real users and people that can actually go in and pay for your product. Nobody's going to go in and buy your little Raspberry Pi, little bullshit, unless you go to Indiegogo and it's something legit. Okay. So we're choosing this type of projects to make sure that, you're getting like real life experience, and at the same time it's a product that you guys can sell. The goal from this is not just to teach you guys how to freaking build a website. You guys know how to do that, right? I want you guys to understand the world of e-commerce, and I want you guys to leave out of here with a skill that if tomorrow you decide to create your own digital products, you already have the knowledge to start building your own empire, right? So the same way how I'm able to sell my freaking digital products and I'm able to create income for myself, I want you guys to leave out of here with the same knowledge and the same experience, okay? I'm teaching you guys everything that I know, and I'm teaching you guys everything that works, okay? So make sure you do research. Again, we say do research before starting a website. Do not copy any site. Basically, do not copy any site. Look at what they have and find inspiration, but create your own. Don't go in there and be like, well, I like how this website looked, this column layout looked, or how they created this I don't know, this forms. And then you go into their own CSS, and then you go into their own JavaScript, and then you just copy the code. Nah, you can't do that. That's illegal. Okay. You could get sued for people. Okay. So you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you say, oh, they did this. Let me reverse engineer and create my own. Okay. So you're building this from scratch all the time. Don't copy anybody's work. Okay. It's fine to use the same structure, but not the same images, fonts, or styles. Be creative. Now, in this section here, reason why I'm pointing this out is we're not going to go in and use a design for this project specifically, right? In the future, we will have some designs where pretty much you just could follow whatever the designer created for you guys. In this project, this time around, you just have to look at what's here, okay, and say, how can I tackle this? Okay, we're looking at the structure of this website. Okay, we're looking at the structure of this website. We see how Fashion Nova has a full screen or a full width header, right? There is no container in here. Okay, maybe you say, okay, cool. I don't think that looks good. I don't like it. I don't like the full screen look. Maybe I might come in and have the same layout, meaning I have a logo here, a search bar right here, but this time around, I'm going to put in a container to keep everything within that container. And at the same time, instead of having a search area right here like this, how about you have a search icon, and then when you press it, it opens up. Okay, I'm leaving it open to you guys to decide, like, look at the structure that's here and how you could flip it. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes people think that you need a designer to come up with something that looks good or something that works. No, all you have to do is literally look at 5 different designs and come up with your own style. All right. You don't even need a designer. All right. A lot of the times, everything that I build, I don't go in and be like, I need a designer or I need to pay a designer. I just come in, get like a mood board, start getting a whole bunch of different designs that I like, and then I create my own out of all 5 or 6 designs that I see. Okay. The next thing that we have right here, kickoff meeting. Okay, this is the kickoff meeting. This is why I wanted to do this. All right, introduce yourselves, discuss how you will communicate with each other, be honest with your strengths and weaknesses, choose a leader who will be responsible to get the job done regardless of who quits. One person needs to start the project, then provide the rest with a path to completing the task. What does that mean? Tonight, somebody needs to become the leader. Somebody needs to come in and say, you know what? I'm going to set up the Git repo, right? And I'm going to be the one who is going to build the header and the footer. Okay, that's the first thing that you need for any website. Okay, and then everybody else follows along from what that person has already laid out. All right. At the same time, you're also responsible to set up the project structure. Now, this kid Leon, let me see if I could find it, gave us a very good example of a project. I'm also going to add it to the Discord and to Asana so you guys can have this. So let me see, where is it? Give me 1 second. I gotta go into Discord. So this is the other project that was created by the other team, right? So team A. So there's two teams. There's team A, team B. Okay. In team A, only 2 people are left, 2 survivors. All right. Team B is all 4 of you guys. Okay. So hopefully, one thing that I want to mention to every single one of you guys, do not quit. Do not quit until you finish your project. You could quit soon as you finish your section. You could quit. The leader cannot quit. I don't care if your mama got into an accident. I don't care what happened. You cannot quit until you finish your project. This is something that's going to bring, a responsibility to you guys, right? And show you guys you cannot leave a team, right? I've gone to a lot of different companies, but I've never left without finishing my project, right? Even if I hated the company, even if I hated my coworkers, I always finish my work. I never want to say, or I don't never want nobody to come in and say, Joe came in, didn't do his job. He left before he even did his work, or he left us hanging. Nah, I come in, I finish my project, and then from there, I'll be like, okay, guys, my 2 weeks is in there. I'm done, right? If you want to leave, you can leave at any moment, but you got to finish your project. The leader cannot leave until everything is done. That's a responsibility that you got to have, okay? Now, again, let me get the link for the GitHub repo. Shout out to Leon, superstar Leon. Let me go in and share this with you guys. And again, if you guys also too have any questions on setting up the project, y'all can ask Leon. He's also in team A. Okay. He set up the project for the flooring company in 87 Lux. Okay. And this is the first project that they worked on. If you need like an example on how they built it, right? You guys can go in and look at the structure of how they have things. You know, they have a section where they have all their components. They have a section where they have all their pages. You're going to be using Next.js, of course. Then from there, you have a section where you have your styles. All right. And you can look at that as an example. I'm going to add that right here for you guys. Okay. And let me add it right here. Example. There you go. Flooring company. And there we go. All right. So you guys have access to that. All right, cool. Now, the next thing that we have is development. Okay. Very simple. Create a gate. Okay. Build a header and a footer. Okay. Create a landing page. Okay. Contact us page. Create a blog page. Create a blog post page. Create a gallery. Okay. And deploy to Netlify. It's pretty much, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pages. Okay. It's not out of this world. It's not difficult. We're not giving you a task that you guys cannot complete. You guys cannot do. All right. This is pretty straightforward. And yeah. So any questions, let me know. Anybody in here, any questions? This is the moment. Ask questions, guys. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. All right, so nobody got no questions. Y'all gotta have a question, bro. Y'all gotta have something in your head, like right now. How you gonna tackle this? Who's gonna be the leader? Y'all gotta communicate. This is the moment. Don't worry about. Ain't nobody in here. It says 110 people in here. Forget about those guys. It's just us 5 in here. Okay. What you guys is thinking about this project?
Yeah, I was wondering. Hey. I was wondering how we're gonna coordinate all this, because it's like a lot of moving pieces going on. So I'm just like,
yeah.
How's that?
Perfect question. There you go, Daniel. You know, look at your boy Daniel shining out here, asking the right questions. Damn. Give him a little star. You know what I mean? Like he's killing it right now. Okay, Daniel. So let's get started with this. Okay, how you guys gonna tackle this? Right, I'll break it down for you guys. All right. It looks like a lot of moving pieces, but it's not. Okay. So, like I said before, right, there's going to be one guy or girl who is going to be a leader. Okay. You look at this header. This header is super simple to do. Okay. At any moment, you could go ahead and tweak it, change it, add a container, make the icons a little bit smaller, etc. Whatever you decide to do. But whoever's the leader, create this header, this exact same header, same style, same layout. Okay. Then from there, you come to the bottom of the page, create this footer. Okay. Create what you see right here. All right. From the follow us to all the way down to the payment methods and all the things that you see right here. Okay. So once you do this, right, this individual is going to create a Git repo. Okay. That Git repo is going to be inside of Asana. You're going to share it. Every single one of you guys can go into Asana and say, okay, you see how development right here, you could, where it says create Git, you could come in here and click it off and say, okay, this is done. This is complete. Okay. So what does that mean? It's completed. But then now you can use this section right here to ask questions and post inside of Asana to keep track of everything that's happening within the project. So whoever's the leader says, hey, I just finished the header and I finished the footer. Okay. So then now, once you do that, you push it, right? Everybody needs to be able to go into this Git repo and be able to, collaborate with each other in the sense of you guys gonna be able to push, pull, etc. If you guys don't know how to do that, this is the moment where you guys gotta go in, get on your YouTube, get on codingphase.com. I show all of that, right? So be able to go in and push that to GitHub, right? Once that's done, okay, each one of you guys also have to go in and choose a section. Start with the front page, okay? You might say, you know what? I just want to start with the front page and say, you know what? Because there could be a lot of moving pieces in here. You might say, you know what? I'm going to build the hero. I'm going to build the collection sections. I'm going to build another hero section that is for a collection. Okay. I'm going to build a 4-column layout showing the products. Okay. And that's it. That could be your task. You can say, this is what I want to do on the home page. Now, you could also take another approach and say, you know what? We got the contact page. We got the blog page. We got the single post page. So each one of you guys can say, you know what? I'm just going to build the blog page. What is a blog page? Well, you can go in. There's a couple of examples right here. Where is it? I think search blog. I should know what they have it, but their layout. That's why there's a lot of good things about Fashion Nova, but there's a lot of things that we can improve. Okay, as you can see, they have a lot of stuff in here that is just, it gets crazy. So it's hard to navigate. So we could definitely improve a lot on this website. But even with that, you could go in and let's say search Shopify theme blog. Okay. You could come in, let me see, and look at these examples. You could come in and say, hey, I'm gonna build the blog page. Okay, there's different types of blogs, right? You could have a single column type blog like this one. Give this a second. And this is what I was telling you guys, that you guys got to do research, okay? Because I'm giving you the task of the pages, but that's where your research comes in. And you say, okay, cool. There's some that are 2-column blogs. There's some of them that are 1-column blogs. And you get ideas. This is the moment where you got to be creative too, okay? I want to teach you guys to be able to not be dependent on just getting a design from a designer. Like you could look at this and say, okay, cool. This is a nice design, a nice layout for all of the blogs, right? So this is the blog page right here. Now, of course, you can look at also another example. It says, hey, this is a 2-column layout. Okay, you see how there's an image here, there's the title of the blog, okay, just like that. Now, when you click on the image, you can see that there's a blog or post page, basically a post page. And this post page could be a page that has only 1-column layout or 2-column layout, like that. right? So it's up to you. You see how you can look and find a million different themes and take them as examples, right? Like it's up to you which page you want to work on, what things you want to build. Okay. If you guys say, hey, I could build a whole homepage on my own, then that's your task. That's what you're gonna focus on. If somebody says, hey, you know what, I'm gonna build the blog page, then you build the whole blog page. Okay. And at the same time, you could even go in and create variations of that same page, just like how we have on the Steam example here. Okay. There's a variation of it that might have a left sidebar, right? Because some of you guys might say, man, this blog page is too simple. This is too easy for me. I could knock this out in one day. You can knock it out in one day. Cool. Show us that you could create variations of the same page. Meaning, I have a one with a left sidebar. I have another one with a right sidebar. I have one that has a 2-column layout. Okay. And you could go in there and tweak it, right? So again, how you're gonna be able to do this is communication. Communication is gonna be key. Like I said, the first thing that has to be done is create a header and a footer. Okay. So that's the job of the leader to knock that out. Let's say somebody decides to be the leader today. You can knock out the header and the footer tomorrow. That's it. So by let's say by Thursday, everybody already have the same header, the same footer, and then from there, you know what you're assigned to. Okay, what you decided to work on. Okay. So does that make sense? Let me know. Y'all gotta speak to me. Talk to me, kids.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm good.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
If you lost, Alberto, what up? You awake? Alberto's done.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, Joe?
All right. Now, another thing too that I would recommend for you guys is definitely have basically a branch for yourself. Okay, create a branch for yourself. Okay, so when you're working with Git and GitHub, right? My advice is use source tree. If you guys never use source tree, some people might say, well, you could do this through the through the terminal. And yes, you could use it through the terminal, but I can guarantee you that if you use source tree, this software, which is free, okay, you will have no problems. If you guys don't know how to use this, I have a course on CodingPhase.com, right? And if you guys don't have access to CodingPhase.com, let me know. I'll give you access to CodingPhase.com, right? I have a course on Git and basically show you guys how to work on a team in that course, okay? So this is source tree, super easy to work with, okay? And basically just create a branch for your project. And then what you want to do is you want to have a master branch. Okay, you want to pull every time that you're working on something, right? You want to go in, pull the latest code that's coming in from the master branch, okay, and pull it into your own branch. All right. And then once you have that local branch that's yours, you work on that. And then from there, once you want to push some changes, right? You commit your changes, right? You basically save it. Then from there, you go again and pull the new changes that happen on the master branch. And then once all of the conflicts have been fixed on your own branch, then you push back into the master branch. The master branch, you got to have that as like, that's your baby. You can't touch it unless the code is good. If it don't work on your branch, the code is broken. You got to fix those conflicts that you have. Don't push anything, because if you mess up the master branch, then it's gonna be a huge problem. Okay. And now there's a lot of ways to fix that and whatever, but I want to make sure to have you guys to have like all your conflicts and all your problems, keep it within your branch. Whatever happens, keep it in there and only push things that have been conflict free. Okay. In most companies, they're usually somebody who goes in and approves when somebody's trying to do a push. Okay. But in this in this environment, I'm not gonna go over every single time that you guys try to push into master. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's something that is your responsibility not to break the master. Okay. So yeah, definitely. Somebody says someone has to be on top of this. Okay, so that's the leader, right? So the leader got to make sure that the master branch is always good. Nothing is broken. There's no conflicts in there. Okay. So definitely, for sure. Okay. I guess we got Peter in here. Last minute Pete. Peter, what up? You can hear us?
Hi, how's it going? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you, Peter. I don't know if you got the
Yeah, sorry,
notification.
it's because we're having a lot of darkness around here.
Oh yeah, where you at, Peter?
Blackouts like
Texas.
crazy all over.
Where you at? Where you at, Peter?
I live actually in Texas, like way, way, way down in the south of Texas.
Okay, nice. Cool, man. So look, this is
What
what we're gonna do. We're
they're
gonna
doing,
you still made it.
they're rationing our life.
Peter is cutting out, Peter. So what we're gonna do, Peter, is we're still gonna bring you in, right? You have access to all of the same things. We sent you a notification, we sent you everything. I understand sometimes life happens, a lot of things happens, right? So at the end of the day, you're gonna have access to all of this. You could also be part of this. But definitely what I will say is watch this whole live stream, catch up, okay, catch up on what you missed. And we'll definitely see you for the next one. Okay. Somebody said they got rolling blackouts in Texas. I feel you.
Yeah,
Okay?
I live in Texas, man, and honestly, I don't even know how I still got power, bro.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But yeah, man. Let's see what else. Any other questions, guys? So yeah, I kind of understand what you have to do. And now, of course, like any questions that you guys might have, I'm still gonna, answer whatever questions you might have throughout the week, throughout your project. So again, any other question? What else you guys might be thinking right now?
I'm thinking about that access to CodingPhase.
Yeah, no, definitely. So for those of you guys that don't know, we're giving 100% access to all of the courses at CodingPhase to all of you guys. So pretty much it's like a lifetime membership, right? So long as you're a member of the project, right? And at the same time, if you finish one project complete, right, then you just keep it. Okay. So at the end of the day, you're getting a basically lifetime value, and the lifetime membership is like $1,500. So you gain something out of this regardless. Okay. Now the goal is to finish a project. If you don't finish a project, yank. You know what I mean? We're just gonna yank it right back. It's like, sorry, buddy, you left halfway through. You left your team hanging, So you ain't getting no free assets. You know what I mean? You made us look bad on the team, right? So again, guys, any other question that you guys might have?
I think we just need to figure out who the team lead's gonna be.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So who thinks in here that they can take care of this responsibility of being the team leader?
I can.
I'm up for it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my other question, okay, so we have Patricia and Daniel that feel like they could take the responsibility of this. Now, how many of you guys feel like you have the time to take this responsibility? Okay, because that's another thing too. I don't want you to feel stressed out, right? If you say, you know what, man, I don't know if I could do this. I don't want you to be like, damn, I'm the leader now. I got this responsibility, and I don't want you to feel pressure on top of you, and then you be like, damn, this is too much. I gotta quit, right? My goal is to make sure to give this to the right person. The leader, right? It has to be somebody that can understand that you might have to put in the extra hours that other people are not going to put in. And you have to understand that, right? We're not saying you're going to go in and slave it and do 10 hours a day, every single day. No, I'm just saying like, hey, while somebody comes in and says, hey, I just finished my blog post page, I'm done for the week. He's done for the week. But you know what? There's certain things that might be wrong on, XYZ page. And then now you as the leader, you got to go in there and say, hey, I don't think this is right here. Let me go in and fix it. You get what I'm saying? Or little things like that. Or maybe, somebody might quit. And then now that blog page that was halfway done, now you have to finish it. Do you feel like you can do that, Patricia? Do you feel like you could do that, Daniel?
I feel pretty confident.
You feel confident? I want to hear some confidence then. Like, come on. Like, yo, I could do this. I got this, Joe.
I got this. I think I got it.
How about you, Danny? How you feeling on this?
Well, after you said all that, I'm thinking like, okay, I should probably give it to Patricia.
Okay. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the most responsible thing to do. Sometimes you might feel like I could do this, but you know what? At the end of the day, right? If it's a responsibility to get the project done. Always remember that, right? The goal is to get the project done and get it complete. Okay. As soon as you finish with this project, you could leave out of here. You say, hey, Joe, I understood how to work with a team. I enjoyed it. This was nice, right? So you could always leave as soon as the project is done. So as a as a leader, you want to make sure that you get everything done and everybody's on top of their work. Okay. And just like, communication is key. If you're feeling stressed out, if you feel like you don't have the skills to finish something, talk to your leader. Your leader is going to help you out, or I'm just going to come in and I'll help you out myself and just, hold your hand through the whole process and show you exactly what to do, whatever it might be. But I think all of you guys are pretty damn qualified. I've seen all of your work. All of you guys are pretty nice. Yeah, very comfortable with what you guys do. Okay. So I feel like every single one of you guys can definitely knock this out. Okay. It's not a difficult project. This is just HTML, CSS. Okay. The hardest part that I might say for some of you guys might be like, okay, I don't have a design. So what do you mean, Joe? I got to build this page, right? Or I got to build this 3-column layout, this 4-column layout. I don't know how I should build it, right? That's why I gave you a starting point, Fashion Nova. Okay, Fashion Nova, just build exactly what's in there and just tweak it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go in and build something from scratch. This is the same type of layout that is on every other e-commerce website that's doing content for for influencers. Okay. Now, one thing that I will say, things like this that you see, these big heroes in Fashion Nova, they basically use images, but you can actually go and build this exact same thing with just HTML, CSS. Okay. Now, another thing that I want to remind you guys is treat each section as a component. And what do I mean by that? If you guys haven't looked into Shopify, right, or any other e-commerce CMS, basically each section can be drag and dropped. Okay, so once you finish a layout, you have a layout of the website, and this is how it looks. But like, let's say, for example, this area right here, this thing could be, one image, right? Or it could be a solid color, or it could be a mix between a color and an image, right? So treat everything as a component, as if each section that you're seeing here is going to be customizable by the user. Okay. So pretty much, like, let's say, for example, like this right here, you could call this collection hero. Okay, one collection hero. Or this section right here, which has 5 columns, you could say 5-column product. Okay, or 5-column collection. Okay, like, think of each section that you're seeing as something that could be customized. If you see somebody that or someplace that says or that shows 5 columns, think about it. Oh, we could also make this 3 columns and 4 columns. Now, of course, to make it a 4-column layout, all we have to do is use classes from Bootstrap, right? And in Shopify, we use if statements on creating the different type of column layout. So like, let's say, for example, we'll say, hey, if the user wanted to use a 3-column layout, we just come in and we say, call MD 4, and that will make it into 4-column from 3-column layouts. If we wanted to make it into 4-column layout, we would just go in and say call MD 3, and that will make it into 4-column layout. Like, always think of each section as a component area, okay, and treat it as its own component. All right. Now, as far as the structure of your CSS, I want you guys to work. For each page, there should be one file, okay? So I'll give you guys a quick example. So this is how Leon set his styles, okay? We go to styles, and you can see in here they have, see if I can zoom in, okay? They have, like, let's say, for example, the header, the footer, right? The footer has its own CSS file or SCSS file. The homepage got its own SCSS file. Okay. The service page got its own CSS file. The gallery has its own CSS file. And then inside of here, we have all of the different media queries. Okay. So you can look at this example. Okay. And from there, you should be fine. Okay. To Peter that's trying to get in, Peter, I appreciate that you're trying to make it, but it's better off that you might as well, because there's not really a good connection right now. You might as well just come in and come in for the next one, right? For now, you could be part of this project, but once you get some light over there in Texas, you know what I mean? Now, one thing that I also want to mention to you guys, if you look at how Leon and the other guys built this, they basically built their own grid system. And this grid system is cool, it's fine, but this is something that I want you guys to stay away from. Okay, I don't want you guys to create your own grid system. Use Bootstrap. Okay, because at the end of the day, by using Bootstrap, you're allowing whoever's going to buy this theme to be able to go in and use the skills that they already have. We don't want to recreate the wheel. We don't want to go in and recreate things that they already know that they can use. When you know how to use Bootstrap, you could go in and put in your own column layouts, or you could edit your own website however you want it. And it's going to be easy for the person who's buying this theme. All right. So I don't want you guys to create a custom grid. Like, this is great when you're building like an application and you're building it like in-house, and you say, you know what, let's optimize this. Let's try to make this where we're using the minimum amount of CSS. Let's just go in and create our own system or our own grid system. But when you're selling themes or selling digital products, you want to use what's already out there. So whoever buys it could come in, and it's easy for them to go in and edit this theme without having to go in and be like, damn, now I got to learn where this guy set up his grid or how he set up his columns. Like, we don't want to deal with that, So keep that in mind. All right. So everything seems good, man. Seems like we got it from here, right? Let me know. You gotta talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
Joe.
do we commute? Oh,
Go ahead.
no. How do we communicate? Like, is it Asana, Zoom, or?
Okay, so to communicate, right? Like I said, that's another good question, right? So with Asana, right, as you're building your project, right, and let's say, for example, you're building your project, somebody finishes the Git, right? Let's say Patricia finishes the Git, everything is up. Patricia comes in and she types in Asana right here at the bottom. Hey guys, repo is up, right? Hey guys, repo is up. And then she puts in the link of the repo, right here. So from here, you already know what's happening within the project. Same thing as, let's say, for example, the build a header. She comes in and says, hey guys, I also just finished building the header and the footer. So we're good to go. Okay. The next person comes in and says, hey, I'm going to be doing the blog page. All right. So if you decide to build the blog page, you say, hey, guys, I'm going to start working on the blog page. Now, I don't want you guys to click here on anything and say, okay, this task is done. This task is done. This task is done. Unless everybody has agreed that this is done. Meaning that, okay, cool. The header is done. The Git repo is already done. Everybody communicate with each other. You could either leave it in here as a comment. So you could leave a comment within a comment. It's like you could come in here just like that. Okay. And you could pretty much leave a comment right here. All right. Now you can use Discord if you guys want. You could use Discord for live chat, meaning, hey guys, like same way how we're talking right now, and y'all say right now, hey, it's like 7 o'clock at night. Y'all decide, you know what, let's do a quick meeting on what we're working on today. Okay. You come in and set it up and say, hey guys, let's do a meetup on 7 p.m. tonight. Now you could hop on Discord, and Discord allows you to do voice chat or you could do text chat. It's up to you what you want to do. So you get what I'm saying? So use Discord like your Nextel phone. That's your work phone. You know what I mean? Like that's what you're gonna be able to use to communicate with each other live. It's like, hey man, like you got a quick question to Patricia, send her message directly through Discord, right? If you want to go in and update on what's happening on the project or on what you're doing, and you want to update it to everybody, put it here on Asana. Okay, sounds good. All right, cool. Any other any other comments?
So how long do we have to finish this project?
I want to see the header, the footer, and I want to see at least one page done this week. I mean, all of you guys can knock out, enough for like let's say somebody could come in and build a landing page, which is the home page, right? Any one of you guys can knock that out because all of those things that's in there is just pretty much boxes, right? There's nothing complicated. Okay, there's nothing complicated in there, and because you're using Bootstrap, as you resize the screen, everything's gonna align. So you're not really writing no CSS media queries. Everything's gonna be pretty simple. And contact us page. What's a contact us page? You could look online, right? Look at different examples, look at different pages. Blog page. I show you guys like a theme already on how a blog page looks, how a blog post page looks, a gallery page looks. Okay, you could figure that out on your own. This is why you want to do this research. Now, when should the whole project be done? It's up to you, right? It's up to you to decide when you want this to be done. Now, my recommendation is don't leave this shit for last minute. Don't be like, oh, well, I could go in and do this in 3-4 weeks. This project does not take 3-4 weeks. I'm telling you guys ahead of time. This is like a week project because y'all all doing one page. Look how fast you guys built the landing page, right? You remember the project that you guys built for this internship. Look how long did it take you guys? I want to know how long did it take you, Starling, to build that page?
Like 4 or 5 hours because I don't use Bootstrap because I wanted to learn CSS pretty good. So I was lacking with Bootstrap. So I had to learn a little bit of Bootstrap before, building that page because you want a Bootstrap. But it took me like 4 to 5 hours.
Okay.
And then, when I watched your live streams, I was fixing little things. So that's like 2 more hours fixing those little things that you mentioned.
Okay, so like let's say 7 hours. That's like what? It's like if you wanted to spread it out and say I'm gonna do 1 hour this whole week, you could finish a whole page. You know what I mean? How long did it take you, Daniel?
Like 3 days.
Okay.
because I was making it responsive. I was making it like very pixel perfect. So I was very precise and very thorough. A little too much, yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. Let's see, Alberto, how long did it take you?
A day and a half, something like that, because I didn't know how to use Bootstrap with React, and I was looking for that. But yeah.
Okay. How about you, Pat?
I spent a couple of hours. I started on Sunday, and then I continued working on it Monday, and then wrapped it up Tuesday. Not really sure how total amount of hours, but I'd say like maybe like 7 to 8 hours.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's how much you guys gonna, put into your page that you decide to work on. Okay, so it's not gonna take long. Like, let's say, for example, whoever's building the gallery page, that's gonna be the easiest page. So my advice is you can knock out that page in 2 hours. It's literally just putting in images, boxes, right? So my advice is create variations of that same page, meaning create one that is one single column layout, create one that has 3 column layout, create one that has 2 column layout, right? If you want to go the extra mile, you could create one with a customized CSS grid. Like in a situation like that, you could go in and use CSS grid, CSS flexbox. Like you're gonna be able to figure out the things that Bootstrap can help you out to speed up the process to make things responsive, and the things that you gotta go and build it from scratch, you just have to build it from scratch. Like I'm not telling you guys not to use CSS grid or flexbox. It's just use Bootstrap for the responsive side of things so it could speed up the process. A lot of times people waste a lot of time, just like how Daniel said, he spent a lot of days because he was going pixel perfect, aligning certain things how he wanted it. And sometimes you don't need to do that. If the thing works on a device and it looks good, that's it. You're done. You know what I'm saying? So use Bootstrap to just speed up that process.
Yeah, sometimes takes longer writing the CSS than your JavaScript.
Yeah.
It is crazy how much time it takes you.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like when you work in an agency, the goal is speed. You want to go in and work super fast, okay? And whatever speeds up your process, that's what's important, because the more projects that you get to build, the more money that you're gonna make. Okay. And it's the same thing with this opportunity here. Okay. The goal, like I said, is to get you guys up to speed with being able to create your own themes, right? Start from the static files, just like we're doing right now. Then from there, creating a Shopify theme. Then from there, going in and creating a Shopify application, okay? Being able to use the full stack. And then at the same time, once we build this whole theme, I'm going to come in, I'm going to tweak it. I'm going to make sure that everything is ready. I'm going to write the documentation for this theme, okay? And we're going to launch it. We're going to put it to sell. We're going to see how much it sells, right? Now, to make this clear, what you guys are working on is going to be a product of 87 Lux, okay? Now, when the product starts getting sold or being sold online, I don't even know. We might sell it if it comes out really high quality and really good work. If it's not good quality, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in as a free template somewhere on the internet, maybe on 87lux.com, so people could download it, get some exposure for you guys, or maybe you guys just use it for your projects. But all of the code that you guys are working on, also you have to keep in mind, is part of 87 Lux. This is just how it is, guys. Okay, so you can use it for whatever you want, right? But understand that if we decide 5 years from now to sell that code, we're gonna sell it. Okay, everything comes with a price. This shit is not free. Nothing is free in life. Okay, well, I'm putting all my time into this, and at the same time, I'm giving you guys the experience, and at the same time, I'm helping you guys with the process of learning all of this. Okay, now I'm just putting it out there. Now, at the second stage of this internship, right? The goal is to see who are the people that really shine. I want to have a solid team. I already have 2 developers, okay, in my team. Now I'm looking for another one, maybe 2 more, right? We're gonna find out in a few more months, okay? We're gonna find out, but for sure, at least one of you guys, I really want to go in and hire you guys full time. That's the goal, okay? I'm trying to make everything possible. Like I said, I don't know if you guys saw the last video that I just dropped. I talked about how I took out $200,000 out of my own pocket, put it into this company, and then now I set up a budget for 2 developers. I don't have a budget for a third. I'm getting the money now. So what does that mean? Let's say, for example, this first year, right, a whole year of working, right, my budget is to get $60,000-$70,000. So now I'm doing that process. I was trying to get that next budget to hire one of you guys, give you guys your first job, and you're basically building the things that we're going to be building in the agency. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, instead of me going out there and just randomly getting some random dude that has no experience, right? I'd rather go in and give you guys the opportunity to hire you guys directly, and you continue working with me, okay? And of course, if you don't want to work with me or you want to continue doing it, you get a better opportunity out there, hey, use my company, use the projects that we're building here as, you know, your resume, right? And use it to get those opportunities. And if I can get you guys into another better job, I will do it too. Okay. But I just like to be super clear with people and let people know. Now, at the same time, once we, let's say, for example, you decide to come and work with me 100% with 87 Lux as a full-time developer, we're basically going to come in and offer you 2 things, right? We could offer you a higher salary, but we own all of the projects that we're building, right? Or you could say, you know what, you could take a lower salary, but you're also part of the company, meaning that any product that you work on, you get a percentage of it. Okay. So you get what I'm saying? Like that's how we work here at 87 Lux. We basically either go in, if a developer tells me, hey Joe, I need my bread right now, cool, we'll give you a salary. But just like any job, any company out there, I'm putting my investment for you to do your work. And by me putting that investment and paying for the advertisement, paying for the marketing, paying for the designs, paying for all of these things, I get to keep the reward. You don't get a percentage. If we go in and sell a product that makes $300,000, I'll pay you your salary. That's all you got. So I like to keep it 100% clear with people so they can understand. All right. Yeah. So any question?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that percentage. Like, is there going to be a base salary anyways, or is it just like $0 plus a percentage, or is it a base salary a percentage?
Yeah, no, it's a base salary and a percentage, right? Because the idea is I like to give people one ownership, right? So they could really feel like, okay, cool. Like I'm working on something, I'm getting paid for this, but I also own this, right? And I'm also going to keep a percentage of the sales. Now, let's say I'll give you a simple example, right? Let's say we come up with a product. You're working with me full time, right? Let's say we come up with a product. Now, that product itself, right? I have to market it, right? I got to create the ads. I got to create the videos. I got to pay for the design. I got to pay for the documentation, right? I got to basically get the retargeting ads, etc., right? Let's say to launch a product, right? A theme like this, and to launch it and to put it out there to the world, right? Let's say that might cost me $40,000 plus I'm paying you another $50,000-$60,000, right? I have to keep the majority of the percentage, right? Because I'm putting the investment, I'm paying everybody, right? But at the same time, I give you the option to say, hey, do you want 70,000, right, for your full-time job, or do you want to get 55,000, but you also keep a 15-20% of the product? You get what I'm saying? So it's like not only are you working on it, but you're also investing in it, because that extra $10,000, $15,000 that I could pay you, instead of using that for paying you, I could use that money for the marketing and paying for advertising and things like that. So it's like your part, you own that product too. You get what I'm saying? Like I try to give that option to people. Okay, because I know how it is when I worked in agencies, and I used to work at agencies, and I'd be like, damn, we just built this client a website, a restaurant website, right? And the owner of the company got $50,000, but yet I'm there getting like $6,000 after taxes, and I'm like, fuck, like, can I get a bonus? You know why I didn't get a bonus? I didn't invest into it. I didn't invest into paying for the office. I didn't invest into getting the client, right? I didn't invest into paying a guy who is a salesman, right? Etc. Right? I'm just an employee. So I learned from that. I'm like, damn, that you feel like shit. You're like, damn, I hate that. Because you're like, man, the owner's always getting the big bread. So then I learned that if you really want to keep your employees happy, you give them a piece of it and say, even if it's a 10%, 15%, you say, oh, this is a piece for you guys. And then now, whatever it is that we're getting, we're all getting a piece of the action. You get what I'm saying? So it's not just like, oh, I work here and it's like I'm not fucking happy. It's like, I'll try to make everybody happy. Now, there's situations where there's people that don't see the vision and might say, hey, Joe, just give me my $70,000. But then when you come in and you start seeing the numbers and say, damn, we created that theme and that theme made about $200,000. You can't get mad. You got your little 70. You can't get mad at whatever, sales we got from this. That has nothing to do with you. You got paid for a service. So it's like, it's something that I think is important for people to understand that, most companies don't do this at all. Companies just hire you and be like, here you go, kiddo. And that's it. You got what you got. But I feel like we could change that. We could go in and try to make it in a cool way where it's like, okay, everybody gets paid from whatever the company earns. It makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, somebody says like royalties. Yep, it's like royalties. I think like a lot of developers they work on open source projects or they work on different things, and a lot of times the companies go in and say, okay, cool. Like let's say, for example, the guys that built Android, right? Those guys, they don't have billions of dollars, right? Google made billions of dollars off that project that they created, right? Now they all got paid stocks, a little stocks here and there, right? They all got paid their little salary, but they don't got billions, right? If freaking Google made $50 billion of Android, why couldn't they give those guys $1 billion a pop, right? If there was a team of 10 developers, right? How about you give $1 billion to each? They were the one that built it, but they don't do that, right? They don't do that in the tech industry, right? So I feel like if I'm starting my own company, and this is something that I always wanted to do because I know how it feels working at a company, and you're like, damn, the fucking owner always gets the big bag. How about me? I get a bag. Hey, you get a bag by investing into it too. You get what I'm saying? Somebody said, hell no, Google never do that. Hell no, of course not. But yeah, man. So any other things that you guys want to talk about before we head out, and let me know. Yeah, for everybody, for Peter that's in the chat. Peter, I totally understand your situation. I'm just saying that it's better for you to come in for the next one where you have your internet connection, you have everything set up, you're good to go. You could come in and it's gonna be better, because if I have you here on the live stream and you're just going in and out, it doesn't make sense. You could watch this whole live stream right after we finish this. Okay, so don't worry about it. But yeah, man, let me go and take this off. All right, cool. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. All right. So if you guys want, you guys decide. So we're gonna go with Patricia as the leader. Patricia got it. All right, cool. So Patricia got it, guys. So now the next step is literally set up a repo, right? Patricia, you know how to use GitHub. You comfortable with that? Set up a repo. Go into Asana, post it up right here. Give the guys access to the repo. Okay. My advice for all of you guys is use Source Tree. Okay. Yes, you could be the master on the terminal, but I'm telling you, this is your first project working together. Use Source Tree is gonna save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches. Okay. But yeah, so it's gonna show you guys when there's a problem, when there's conflicts. It's easy to roll back on things. It's just gonna make you guys so much more productive. All right. So definitely, guys. But yeah, so if you guys don't have no more questions, you guys have access to Asana. You guys have access to the Discord, and at any moment, you guys could go in there and ask a question on the Discord or Asana. I'm gonna be looking at the status of this project every single day. Okay. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna say, you guys understand who's your client, right? Who here doesn't understand the client? Who is this project for, right? Daniel, who this project for?
It's for influencers.
Okay, good. Starling, you got it?
I got it.
Patricia, you got it?
Yep.
Alberto, you got it?
Yep.
Okay, so this right here, you guys know your client already. Move this to done. All right. And then from there, kickoff meeting. I think the kickoff meeting was good. We already know the leader. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna put in Patricia is the leader of the team. There you go. Comment this right here. Check this off. Kickoff meeting. Now all you guys have to do is go to research. One thing that I want you guys to do for a task like this, I want you guys to come in, leave a comment. Once you've done your research and looked at, let's say, for example, what page you're going to be building, which page you're going to decide to build. You say, hey, I want to build a gallery page. I want to build the gallery page, the contact page, whatever it might be, right? I want you to come here. And once you have like 5 different themes or 5 different designs that you looked at, and you say, okay, I have an idea of like how I'm going to tackle this, right? I want you guys to come in here and post a comment that says, hey, I'm done with the research. And then I want Patricia, who's the leader, to come in and click this, right? And then move this to the right side. Once everybody comes in and posts here that they've done the research. Okay. So all of you guys have time for today. Do your research today. Don't waste no time. The quicker that you finish this shit, the more cool things that you guys is going to work on. This is just HTML, CSS. This is like basic, right? So you want to get this done as soon as possible so you can focus on the cool things where you're really going to be writing some logic and, some more complex things, okay? All right, cool. Get excited. Okay, guys, get excited. This is why when people do meetings in corporate company, even though shout out to Josh Fluke will say, this is corny. This is, this and that. But this is why in corporate companies, people come in and be like, okay, guys, let's do a little quick jumping jacks. Let's give a round of applause to each other. Get hyped, get excited. You know what I mean? So people could get their blood boiling because everybody's like this. Okay, I got this. You got to get excited. Nobody could get excited for you. You got to go in, amp yourself up. Okay, good job, everybody. I want to give a round of applause for everybody in here. Okay, so everybody get in here. Get in here, kids. Get in here, Daniel. Get in here. God damn it, Daniel. You better clap those hands. There you go. Okay, this is what this is how you get shit going. Loosen up your soul and break the ice, right? Get comfy. That's how you guys are gonna become the best friends. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised you guys leave and be like, damn, F Joe, I'm starting my own company. What we need Joe for, right? That's the goal. I want you guys to have that energy to come in and F the boss, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I want you guys to get that energy and build relationships and get comfortable with each other, to work with each other. And from here, this is one of those situations where you might have a friend for a lifetime. Some of you guys might come in and come up with an idea, and Daniel might say, hey, you know what? Let me call Starling. Starling, I got this great idea for an application. Can we build it together? Shit. Now y'all build it together. Now y'all on fucking TechCrunch and be like, damn. Y'all be like, yo, I want to give a shout out to Traversing Media. I want to give a shout out to Josh Fluke. And I'm at home like, damn. This is how they
Shout out to everybody.
They give a shout out to everybody. And it's like, yo, this guy, yo, who put you guys together? And it's like, well, you know, Joe, it is what it is, right? All right, man. I'm just cracking jokes, man. But again, guys, just get in there. Do your research tonight. It's 10 o'clock. Some of you guys are grown-ass men, grown-ass women. You ain't got a bedtime, right? Put in the time to just go and do your research. Choose a page coming here for the development, okay? And just put in what page you want to build, okay? What exactly is it that you want to build? We already know Patricia is going to build the header and the footer, okay? And you guys decide what else you guys want to build and just post it here. Communicate through here. And at the same time, you could have Discord. Like, think of Asana as a place to post the status of your project. And then Discord is a place to chat with each other. Just ask any question, any bullshit that you want to go in, and any problems that you guys might have. Talk in Discord. But use Asana as a way to update your project. Okay, I'm expecting that you guys are going to use this. So I'm going to come here every single day to check up and see what you guys are working on. Okay, all right. Sounds like a plan. All right. Cool. All right, cool, man. Shout out to Alberto. Shout out to the other kid. I forgot his name. I'm horrible with names. I only remember two names right now. Patricia, Daniel, Starling, Alberto, and that was the other kid, man. Peter. Okay, so definitely, guys, this has been fun. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming through. Another thing too, we're gonna try to do one of these meetings at least once a week, sometimes maybe twice. Okay, the goal is to come in and give an update on what we're building and see the things that we could fix and see what problems we bumped into throughout the week. Okay, use this platform as a way to, you know, update and give the status of your task and what you're working on. So like that, the people could see and hear how you guys work together, and you guys could you know, update everybody on like, hey, what was the most difficult thing that you guys did throughout the first week, right? What bumps you guys had to go over, you know. So that's how we're gonna use this live meetups that we're gonna be doing here. We're gonna do it maybe once or twice a week, depending on how everybody's feeling or how everybody is, you know, able to make it to the live streams. Okay, so definitely every single day. Y'all know me, I do a live stream every day. I'm coming in here, I'm updating the whole community every single day. 12 o'clock, I'm like, yo, this is what they're working on. I'm gonna open up your repo, I'm gonna open up your projects. Okay. Oh, another thing too, whenever you're working on something, update your master branch every single day. Don't go in and be like, well, I'm gonna wait until like, you know, freaking 3 days, 4 days. Always update your branch and always update the master branch so everybody sees what you're working on. Okay, don't just be like, well, I'm gonna wait until the finished project is done. No one cares if it's halfway done. Just push something in there. Whatever you're working on, every single day you need to push the changes. And I would recommend for you guys that every time that you do like any major change on your page or your section or whatever you're working on, that you commit your changes to Git. Okay, so like that, if there's an error or there's a problem, you could always roll back to that time. Okay, all right, kids, that's it. We're out of here. I'm gonna chill for a little bit. Okay, you guys don't have to stay. I'm gonna chill right here with the community, but definitely I'll see you guys later. Okay, guys, take care, Patricia, take care, Daniel, Starling, and Alberto, and Peter, if you're watching this. Okay, see you guys later. Okay,
Good night, everyone.
good night. There you go. Hey, now the behind the scenes of the behind the scenes. Okay, what you guys thought about this, right? Let me know. Now's when I get to communicate with the community. What's good? Okay, how you guys feeling right now? Was it cool? We got a cool squad. We got Patricia. Patricia's very comfortable, man. She knows a lot, from her project. That's why I gave her basically like a 5-star. She has like pretty much everything that we need to succeed in this project. Daniel's another one. Starling is another one. Alberto and Peter Zurita, also too. Everybody in here, they're stars, right? These are people that really want to get into the game, that really want to get this experience, and they want to have, some pretty cool projects. Okay, so let me see. They're great. Okay, which I started my junior career like this. Yeah, and I think like this is like the things that I like to show people. Like this is why this thing is important, right? Shout out to little Gulam, little Jazz, right? Shout out to whoever's out there, the people that's trolls, the people that they don't have a voice right now. All they could do is downvote, right? Understand this, like we're doing something that you are not gonna get unless you're working at a company. Okay, you're not gonna get this type of experience. Nobody's coming in and pulling up a legit project for you. Nobody's coming in and setting you up with a legit team, people that